And now we're at the sixth step, and that's the greatest of all. And this is the one everybody loves. This is the one, if you pay attention to, you'll get to retire early. Step number 6 is long term income and long term savings. So, but there are two matters that you need to get a hold of. And if you don't understand this, that's why I'm getting nose to nose, that it may take you forever to reach retirement. So you've got to understand these. Now, do you know about the rule of 72? The rule of 72 is you take your interest rate, which mostly today 4% is about what most people do. So you take 4% divided into 72, and it is 18. So that means it's going to take 18 years for your money to double. So the first, you invest $100, and the first 18 years, then you have 200. The second 18 years, you'd have 400. Second 18 years, you'd have 800. Okay, but if we change this number, let's go up to 12%. 12% would make it 6 years. So this way, every 6 years, you double. So the time this takes to be 200, we'd be at 400. And the time, 800. And the time it took to be 400, we would be at $40,000. Now, I'm going to show you a graph of this. These two guys, this one had the 4%, 18 years. He had $10,000, and by his time he was 65, it was worth 40. Now, over here, the same guy, a different guy, got 12. And by the time he's 65, his money was worth $640,000. Now, this guy lost out on $600,000 because he didn't know the rate of inflation. And that's one of those battles you have to win. The second thing is the tax battle. And it's not so much what you earn, it's what you keep. Now, so what we really have to do is pay attention. These guys had the same amount of money and the same amount of time. So the only thing we need to pay attention to is the interest rate. So, and where do you get interest rates? Let's talk about it. There are 3 scenarios. The banks, they have your CDs and your mutual funds, and they give you 3 to 4%, and you don't lose any money, and you don't lose your interest, and you don't lose your principal. The next scenario, let's go to the opposite end, is the stock market, mutual funds, and they go up and they go down and they go up and they go down. So let's get something in between. How about the index funds? They're indexed to the S&P. They are secured just like these. There's no loss of principal and no loss of interest. And let's see. So where would you rather put your money? Yes, right there. Let me show you how that works. All right, if I had $10,000 making 10%, in 1 year I'd have $11,000. Second year, I'd have $12,100. All right, what if the market tanked here? I'd be at 9.6. way down below that. Then the market went, but you, because you're in these investments, you'd go straight across. When the market went back up 15%, you would get 12%. The insurance company would take the other 3%. That's what they get for doing this. All right, so you would have 12% here. If this stays flat for over 5 years, they would give you an additional 2%. Okay, understand that? All right, I'm going to tell you a story. There was a boy that was 29 years old who wanted to be a millionaire by the time he was 60. So he didn't know the rule about inflation or the rule about taxes. So he went into the banker and he asked the banker, "Banker, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 60. So how much do I have to put away each month in order to become rich?" The banker figured it up at 5% because back then you could get 5%. He said you'd have to invest $640 a month. Well, this guy didn't have $1,640 a month. But instead of doing a little bit, and instead of doing anything, he left the bank. He's now working and did nothing. He's now working at Walmart as a greeter. Nice young man, but isn't a millionaire because he didn't do anything. You just have to do a little. You don't have to do a lot. But let's see if we could make this a little brighter for him. If he put on the rules of inflation and was able to invest 10%, get 10% interest, and drop this figure to $900. And these are just general figures to make it easier. Could you invest $900 a month? Do you know some people that could? That's right, there are some that can, but it isn't you and me. All right, so we're going to apply the rule of taxes. So taxes would reduce this to $300 to $400 a month. Now, could you do $300 a month? Probably you could. Probably you could. So if we put away $400 a month, then we could be the millionaire in 30 years. Okay? So, 72, this. So when we figure out this, we can tell you exactly when you are going to be financially secure. So what would financially secure mean to you? Okay. All right. Being financially secured means that you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. And, if you want to fly to Texas or fly to Florida, you could do that because you were secure. All right. The 7th step is estates. That means that you leave your family taken care of. Everybody knows what you want, where things to go. You don't have a mess and you don't have a lot of people arguing because you did an estate. Now that we've done all 7, and they're pretty neat, aren't they? Can get you a long ways. So, you had all 7. Which of the 2 would you be most interested in? Okay. And how much money could you set aside to be financially secure? $200. Okay. All right. So we have the $200, and we're going to work on this investment. So what we're going to do is a financial needs analyst. And we want to be as close as we can get to this. I know you're serious about retirement, so I want to get serious. So I'm going to ask you some questions. The first 3 questions has to be yes or no, no maybes, okay? So we go through the financial needs and we ask you what you owe. Is there a lot of credit card debt? Is there, stuff you have to take care of right now? What there is hanging out there, okay? Then I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions. If I was to present a package to you today that would show you exactly when you're going to be financially independent and exactly what you had to do, and it met your every need in every way, would you be willing to do something with me? When would you like to start? Okay. All right. So we need to get together again to go over the reports that our computer print out. And so let's set it for Tuesday the 10th. All right. Now, what's this going to cost you? Let me tell you. Next time we meet together, I want you to bring me some fresh baked chocolate chip cookies and a cold glass of milk. Well, you were getting too serious, so I thought I'd throw that out there. No, the way I get paid is by a finder's fee, by directly to our insurance companies. They pay me a finder's fee for getting you hooked up with them, and that's how I get paid. And you don't have to pay me anything. I'm doing this to help you get to financial freedom. All right. So, if I was able to do this for you, would you have some friends that you could refer to me so I can do the same for them? Well, think about it a while. And I'll give you time after you give me the list to get a hold of them first before I get to them. All right? Thank you and have a great day.